announced by the Rivers State government. Governor Yesomike has been criticized for suspending the chairman of Obiakport local government area, Solomon Abel AK, and his vice indefinitely. Port Harcourt-based rights lawyer O.C. King, in his reaction, described the action of Governor Wike as a raid on the Nigerian constitution. King, in an interview with our correspondent, said the issue of elected local government chairmen and their suspension has been long settled by the Supreme Court that declares that no governor has the right to suspend elected chairman. The rights lawyer.
The governor doesn't have right to suspend an elected official. It's a constitutional provision. The constitution provides for the office of a local government chairman, provides for the 700 and root of local government in Nigeria. It's a constitutional issue, and they are elected by the people. And having been elected, they can only be an state assembly and all that. The same impeachment procedure that to follow, which is very, very thrown up in Nigeria, which is very, very difficult.
Rivers State Governor Yesomike suspended the council chairman of Obiakport local government area of the state, Solomon Abel AK, and his deputy for failing to implement the state government's directive on the closure of markets. We are listening to the world news at 6 and today 95.1fm, Voice of the People. After the break, more news, foreign and sports stories. Do stay tuned.
Every day, every hour, when the big stories break, depend on our 24-hour news team to bring you the latest. Today, 95.1 FM.
95.1 FM, Voice of the...
Remember to wash your hands with soap regularly. Always use alcohol-based hand sanitizers and observe social distancing, particularly if you can, stay at home. You're still tuned to the world news at 6. Thank you for staying tuned. Now allow me bring you the rest of the bulletin. Chairman of the Economic Sustainability Committee, Vice President Yemi Oshibanjo, said this committee will develop further palliatives to help Nigerians cushion the effect of the decisions taken to stop the spread of the coronavirus. Professor Oshibanjo said containing the spread of D and tackling its fallout is an all-Nigeria effort that requires the cooperation of all. The Vice President, in a statement by spokesman Laolu Akande, said these while responding to questions at the Google Hangout. He said efforts were also being made towards incorporating local manufacturers in the production of items needed to manage the pandemic. The federal government says it may bring the full arms of the law to enforce restriction of movement in Abuja, Lagos, and Ogun states if the need arises. The secretary to the government of the Federation, Boss Mustafa, who gave the indication in the media briefing in Abuja, however, expressed hope that it may not get to that point. Mustafa, who is the chairman of the Presidential Task Force on COVID-19, also assured that the government would continue to use persuasion to ensure that Nigerians comply with the stay-at-home directive.
We are already dealing with several issues of insecurity, of banditry. If we allow this particular pandemic to compound these problems, we as a country will count the losses, and it will be very, very grievous and very difficult to recover from. So ours as a government is by way of persuasion. We do not want to bring the full arms of the law on our people at this very, very time. If need be, it will be done. But the truth about it is that it is more of persuasion that our people should realize that they have a responsibility as a community, as a people, to ensure that we safeguard ourselves.
The Nigerian House of Representatives have agreed to donate 100% of their salaries for 2 months for the fight against COVID-19 in the country. This is contained in a statement from the media office of the Speaker of the House, Femi Gbajabiamila, made available to newsmen. The House said it is their contribution and it will support provisions for the welfare of frontline medical professionals and health workers and other interventions to provide for the well-being of all Nigerians through these trying times. The Speaker said that the House would exercise its oversight power to ensure faithful administration of all emergency funds and contributions made so far to ensure they serve the purpose for which they were intended. Nigeria has recorded more cases of COVID-19, increasing the number of infected persons to 135. The Nigeria Center for Disease Control and CDC made this known in its update of COVID-19. The center said three of the cases are in Osun State. Government Commission NDDC has said it will commit over 1 billion naira to assist the 9 states in the Niger Delta region in the fight against the coronavirus disease. The NDDC made the announcement amidst the shutdown of its operations as a result of COVID-19. Acting Managing Director Professor Baridi Kumar Ponde declared that the intervention agency was making available 775 million naira to support the 9 states under its mandate, while another 270 million naira will be to fast track the establishment of isolation centers in the 27 senatorial districts across the region. The NDDC said it will contribute in the area of treatment because most of the activities so far had rich and wealthy people. Professor Ogunyemi said Professor Guillaume said this should stop their excitement, or they should stop their excitement over the plight of the people that have contracted the virus. The ASU president, who was speaking with newsmen in Ibadan, Oyo State, also warned against having a Muhammadu Buhari did not commit any illegality by declaring a lockdown on Abuja, Lagos, and Ogun states. Malami said, contrary to public opinion, President Buhari did not make a declaration of a state of emergency under Section 305 of the 1999 Constitution, which would have required the concurrence of both houses of the National Assembly, even when another section of the Constitution permits him to proclaim a state of emergency to run for a period of 10 days without the approval of the National Assembly when the Parliament is not in session, as in the present situation. The AGF said the action of the president is necessary. Senior advocates of Nigeria, Femi Falana, Ebun Ade Gorua, and many others had criticized President Buhari for shutting down and Camaros